Okay, these are solutions to question 10. First one, to find the equation of the circle, quite simple really. What we do is we take the equation, we complete the square. So if you notice down here, we complete the square for x squared minus 4x, and we also complete the square for y squared minus 6y. So if you notice what I've done here, I've completed the square for the terms I've mentioned above. In the end, you rearrange the equation to get this form, which is the equation of circle. Okay, so straight away you can read off, right? This is the correct format. Straight away the center is 2, 3 and the radius is 5. A very simplistic 4 marks if you remember the study and if you remember to actually do completing the square. Okay, part B is whether the point 61 lies inside or outside the circle. Okay, if we move down, we notice that the center to the point 61, you apply the distance formula. The distance is square root of 20. However, we notice that the radius of the circle is actually 5. Since the distance from center to the point is less than the actual radius itself, we conclude that the point actually lies inside the circle. Okay, now we move on to the next part, okay, which is part C. Part C, okay, I wrote down over here 2, 8. Okay, how did I get that? I think the best way to explain this question will be with the aid of a diagram. So first and foremost, we know that the line y equals to k should actually be a horizontal line like this. So if you notice, y equals to k, this is the circle, center 2, 3, radius is 5. I've drawn a rough sketch here. Y equals to k will be a horizontal line like this. So it's tangent. So first thing we know from circle properties is that the tangent will be perpendicular to the radius. So what is the value of the radius? As we found out in the previous part, the radius is actually 5 units. So if this point here is 2, 3, okay, we move upwards down here by 5 units, P will actually be the point 2, 8. And we have the coordinates of P, 1 point there. Okay, next we have the tangent to the circle at point 73. So I've drawn here, this is 2, 3. If you just move 5 units across, this point here is 7, 3, like this. And they tell us that the tangent intersects the line y equals to k at the point R. So now with the aid of a ruler, okay, I'll draw the point R there. Okay, if you notice down there, if it's tangent at 7, 3 like this, you obtain the point R over here. So the x coordinate of this point will be 7 and the y coordinate, right, of point R will be 8. Okay, notice here the y value here is 8, okay, and this new point there, the tangent at the point 7, 3, okay, if you notice down here, you can see past the ruler, okay, the x value is 7. So the center of the new circle, okay, the coordinates of the center of the new circle should be 7, 8. So down here I'll say that R is 7, 8, just like this. Okay, and now I will draw a circle for you over here. Okay, like those magical cooking shows, ta-da! The circle is drawn over here. Okay, 7, 8. So first thing now, the next thing that I need to do is to find the radius of this new circle. So how do I find the radius of this new circle? R, okay, or C2 rather. What I do here is I will find, okay, the distance between the center of the old circle and the center of the new circle, okay, which is R. Once I find this distance, okay, I will minus away 5 units down here. 5 units because the radius of the old circle is 5 units. Then I'll get the radius of this circle there, which is, I will calculate it later, okay, when we will be able to get the radius of the new circle. So therefore, without much further ado, as I've explained with the diagram just now, okay, the center of circle C2 is 7, 8. So distance from center C1 to C2, I apply the distance formula, I get square root 50. The radius of C2, as I explained just now, okay, this distance from here to here, as I calculated just now, is square root of 50. I must minus away 5 units here. So what I get is the radius of C2 is root 50 minus 5. Therefore, the equation of C2 is x minus 7 square, because the center is 7, 8, plus y minus 8 square is equals to root 50 minus 5 square. Whether or not you expand this, okay, it doesn't really matter, but once you get this general format for the equation of C2, and you are done for question 10 part D.